So yeah, we use this for an entire season. We done knocked the new off this thing. I was going to release this video early in the year and try to, do an unboxing, that type of deal. I started putting more and more hours, miles, usage. How do you rate a trailer, right? As I became more familiar with it, as I used the darn thing more often, I transitioned from I'm gonna do an unboxing to I'm gonna do, a 1 year in brand new Diamond C 2024 HDT 2010 24 footer, and that brought us to today. Later in the video, we'll actually get to start loading the trailer and figuring out how to secure it, and overall just how to use this brand new trailer. The season has officially ended. Time to get this thing off the road and winterized before my Department of Transportation starts putting down cancer on the road. And I don't use that term gently. Salt, it ruins everything, and it just starts eating body panels from the inside. So we're gonna get this off the road. Here's what I found out. The stop rail is this thing, and there is no front stop rail. And that's a selling point for a lot of people, where you can use this tongue space as added deck space, right? That works for some. That's starting to be a big deal to me. I need to weld on a stop rail or make it removable. I need to do something. So when I put my equipment, I have something to slam it against so I can strap it down. What I tried doing was, using these holes as tie down rings, right? Absolutely what happened is once I put a tension binder on it, this whole thing popped up on me. I pulled it out of the latch. I mean, it's just a simple little latch down there. There's no hard pin and bushing with the cotter pin, PTO pin or something in it. Boom, it popped open almost every time. This checks the box for DOT because you have to have something, but it does not check the box for use or useful for me. Another thing is the decking. I went with just your standard pine. I don't even use grousers or metal cleats on anything, and I'm getting a lot of damage on the decking, and I did that with my old trailer. Once I started putting on a rototiller, the tines go down, the cultipacker for sure, and I am kicking myself for not getting the rough cut oak. The rough cut oak looks terrible there, but it's durable. I wish I would have done that. Other than that, the color white is showing rust everywhere. This thing has never been through a winter. One summer, and yeah, it's I got rust everywhere. So this diamond coating and stuff like that, I've never even had stuff up on the tongue here, and I'm looking at it, and I got I got rust coming in everywhere. White was not a good color. You can't keep up with white. Every part that's never even touched a piece of thing is showing some sign of rust, and that's just cold hard truth of it. Tilt deck, back in 2023 they advertised a foot pedal for it. I ordered mine right at the start of 2024, took delivery in March, April, something like that. Mine didn't come with a foot pedal, just a little hand pedal. If I jump off the trailer before I latch it down, it pops up on me, and then I got to sit on it, and I got the back of my skin, we'll call it, pinched in between the tilt deck and the frame. Oh. I said ouch. Other than that, love the tilt deck. Loading, unloading, I do it about 4 times. Load it up, drive to a project, unload, do my work, load it back up, that's 3, come home, offload it, that's 4 times. 4 times up and down almost every day. Most of my jobs are day jobs. The hydraulic day, I don't know how I got through life with knee ramps before. The tilt deck, lifesaver. Same thing with the hydraulic jack. When I first ordered this, I just got the hand crank because I went cheap on myself. About drove home, called my dealer back up and said, have to have the hydraulic jack. So glad I did. Money well spent. Do it 11 out of 10 times. Get the hydraulic jack. I do have a problem with the tires that came from the manufacturer that my dealer said were fine, this, that, and other thing. I went back, had a discussion with the Minnesota State Patrol Commercial Motor Vehicle Division. They said I absolutely can't go over scaled weight of the trailer tires, and should something happen, they will scale my trailer. The tires, now this is where things start getting weird. So these are 17.5 super singles. They are a 215/75 R 17.5, load range of J, 18 ply tires, max load single 4805, 4,805 pounds, 10,000 pound axle, 20,000 gross trailer weight, GVW. I'm overweight on my tires that came from the dealer. Not happy about that. The Demco Easy Latch, never had a problem. So I bought Big Tex trailer brand new from the manufacturer when I was working in Texas in 2008. Bought it to buy a rock crawler and bring it home. Never had a problem with any other ball hitch before, but the Demco Easy Latch hitch system, it's nice. It's not a selling point for me by any means. The solar charger, it's nice. It's not really a selling point to me, but it is a nice thing to have. The tongue is great. There's a lot of options out there. This is a great option, but it's not the end all be all where I have to have it. Again, I wish I had, a stop rail. Having that extra deck space is a make or break for some. For me, it's a hindrance. It's on the other side of it. It just isn't working good. I have had to use the winch to straighten out the rear bumper, the rear door of my skid steer. Hitch worked great. Very, very happy to have a stowed away winch right there, but when you need it, boom, it's ready to go. Love the roller on the tilt deck. Had to use that when I was pulling against the skid steer. Worked great. Everything about the winch system, best on the market from all my trailers that I looked at. Very happy about that. D-rings I bought I maxed it out, then I had my dealer call Diamond C, give me more D-rings. More is always more. There are manufacturers that put them on the side. I like that approach. I have to drive over these with the skid steer and go do, or whatever it is. I might end up shaving the ones off right in between the fenders because they're a pain. My issue before I do that is the reason I got all the D-rings is because what if I have to actually strap something down, and how do you strap it down in between where the fenders are if that's, the one place you need to do it without D-rings? There 9 out of 10 times I use the trailer, I hate them. My 2 front D-rings are offset about 3/4 of an inch. Why? Because I do, when I put the Cultipacker up here, I do have to chain it down here, so that offsets the entire implement, dog legs it. Come on, guys, you missed welding by 3/4 of an inch. I got 2 fingers over here and it's flush over there. Really? Not the end of the world, but yeah, my D-rings are not parallel to each other. Whatever. Other than that, the torsion axle, first time ever with the torsion axle, very smooth. This thing pulls like a dream. Unbelievable. Big, heavy, 20,000 GVW, 10-ton trailer. Boy, it pulls nice. Just beautiful. Really happy with how this trailer behaves, either unloaded or loaded. Both of them. It's just very, very nice. The wheels, axle, whatever, seem very set back. I lose a little bit of when I'm backing up. It takes a while for me to catch up to the trailer. My other trailer had the axles, closer to the center, middle, or whatever. Nature of the beast when you have, a long fixed deck, and that's what I ordered. You get what you ask for, and that's what I asked for. it's not bad. It's just a thing. It doesn't back up how maybe a shorter trailer would be, or a fixed deck where it'd bring the axles, you know, closer in or whatever. You know what I mean. Ground clearance. Boy, that's a far cry from a dovetail trailer. My ground clearance would have been down, you know, somewhere down here. This is a tremendous improvement in ground clearance, in uneven terrain. Yeah, you're gonna have a hard time bottoming this one out compared to a dovetail style trailer. And this is probably my most favorite whistle and bell on the new trailer, and it's right here. Backup lights. If you've backed up a trailer in the night, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The RV style plug, where it's the 7 flat blade, has been around since, I don't know, somewhere in the 80s is when I remember them. Maybe it was before that. But they've always had reverse lights on the RV style plug. Why did it take to 2024 before a trailer can come with reverse lights? That's madness. I back in here at night, it's dark. I've ran over either fence multiple times because I can't see, because it's completely dark back there. This is probably one of my most favorite whistles and bells on this trailer. Other than that, it's been great. It's a good trailer. It's not a 10 out of 10 for me. And I probably overhyped myself by doing, you know, internet research and thinking Diamond C was the end all be all. It's good, it's quality. It misses for what I do on a few things. Stop rail, powder coat, not, you know, sprayed on. So now I'm gonna have to spray paint over powder coat. That's a little bit weird. Wish I would have got, you know, the oak deck. Not Diamond C's fault. D-rings are off. There is extra welding wire and welding splatter. Big deal? No. Once I get it and knock the new off it's still all right. All right. So what we want to do is we want to see where the pivot is on the tilt deck in relationship to the axles, so we can figure out closely where the pivot point, the center, would be for getting our load in between the axles. All right, so I want to see where this pivot line is to the center line of the axle. 4.5 inches? No, let's go 5.5. I got 5.5 inches to the center line of the tilt pivot to the center line of the rear axle. And we know a teeter-totter is going to pivot when it's balanced to get our balanced weight over the center, in the middle of our tires. We need to drive forward 8 inches. Why is that helpful? Well, when you get into weird loads, so the stump grinder's 900 pounds, the bush hog is 1,100 pounds. How do you really know you're loading the tractor correctly? Or any piece of equipment? Well, simply knowing where our pivot point is and how we need to go, you know, roughly 8 inches forward, that's going to help find right, come back forward just a little bit. I'm gonna call that right in the middle. So now that we know we're right in the middle, if you have a weird load, some on the back, some on the front, and you're trying to calculate how much tongue weight you need, if nothing else, we know if we go forward, call that 8 inches, that's what she said, at least we know we're on the center line of our axles. Now we still need, you know, 10%. How you figure 10% out, I'm gonna leave that up to you. So So after we get it loaded down, I'm under 10,000 pounds. We're strapped down with 3/8 chains on all four corners, the gold chains. So one final check that I like to do is, make sure that my deck height is level and not get run over. We're right at, I'm gonna call that 26 on the dot. We're gonna come back over here. We are 26 and a quarter. 3/8, 26 and a quarter. So we are a tad nose heavy, and that's all right. Plenty of payload for the dump truck. And that's probably close to, where we need to be for tongue weight. So this isn't scientific. This isn't the end all be all. Many, many other ways to try to figure out the center of gravity of your load. But once you start getting weird things on the front, the back, the this, the that, having a tilt deck, then understanding where that pivot point is, and then moving ahead 8 inches, boy, it really gets you pretty close. You still might need to do a little due diligence. We're gonna try a different way to load the skid for brush mowing. So who's we, who's they? You can use one chain over there to over here. As long as you have slack in the middle, then that's the DOT's definition of 2 separate restraints. So that's, well, we use 2 chains, but I mean, they're broke in the middle, so there's slack. That's a piano wire. Yeah, that seems to work good. And, really digging, strapping it down with the big, I think they call them slip hooks, and then right down to the D-ring. No interference. Yeah, the machine's over 10,000 pounds. When that happens, you got to strap the head down. Got it. We'll get to it. Still working out all the bugs. And if you're looking for a trailer and you're going down the path thinking, I have to get a Diamond C because everyone on the internet says it's the best thing since sliced bread, pump the brakes. Are they sponsored? Are they getting a kickback? Is there alternative reasons coming in there? You'll be all right if you end up buying a different trailer by a different manufacturer. It's just fine. Hey guys, I'm Justin. I'm the Bulldog. If you see me recklessly spending money, you can too. Guys, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. We're getting into the holidays. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And I hope to see you guys next spring doing more things. Cheers, guys.